What up, what up, what up? Happy Monday. We are back with another one of post-gym thoughts. Now listen, I know a lot of people don't really watch these anyway. Sometimes I really think to myself, like, what is the point of making these kind of videos? But I like it for the simple fact that, personally speaking, this motivates me sometimes. And, you know, I know there's always at least one person who can use this kind of information, so why not? Now, as you already know, just to cover some ground rules, firstly, this is coming straight off the dome, right? So a lot of what I have to say is, you know, just coming off the top of my head. This might be a little long-winded, and there's no editing. I don't edit these kind of videos for my video essays and stuff, which will be coming back soon. But for my video essays and shit like that, those I edit, but for stuff like this, I'm not editing a goddamn thing. So if you need, you know, all the additional B-roll and all that kind of shit, I'm sorry, this ain't for you. But anyway, let's get into it. And let's talk about two things. The first thing, the main thing I wanted to talk about is you have to be selfish, and it's okay to be selfish, because firstly, I don't want to say be selfish as though, you know, you're being malicious, you're taking advantage of people, things of that nature. That's not the goal of what I'm trying to say here. But the best way you can help others, honestly, is by being selfish, because unless you are willing to take care of yourself, it is that much harder for you to take care of others. And one thing that I've realized is that a lot of times, especially guys that are trying to do the right thing, and guys that are easily taken advantage of, this isn't all women, but some women out there will try to take advantage of that and literally run you into the ground. Obviously, this goes far beyond women, right? There's other things that play a role in this as well. Like, you might have some friends who might see this in you, you know, this willingness to want to help and be helpful and essentially be of service to people, but they take advantage of that and they destroy you in the process. And listen, I understand that a lot of us guys, we want to be that go-to person for some. Me personally, I don't want to be that. Like, I want to live my life, dog. You know, like, growing up, I didn't even have like the best childhood. Growing up in like a first generation immigrant household, you know, I gotta be the one to like convert shit from English to French and Creole and do all that extra shit. Needless to say, a lot of my childhood was spent kind of just doing things at the behest of my parents, helping out my grandma, stuff like that. And then when my brothers passed away, you know, at that point, my childhood was already cooked, right? So personally speaking, I have zero desires in wanting to help people, at least in the way in which it would take up my own time, like my own personal time. There's a lot of things that I missed out on life that I want to catch up on, and I'm gonna do that. So for me, I don't plan on necessarily helping people. Like, I'm not, unless you're someone that I know personally and that I genuinely want to help, I'm not taking time out of my day to help you. Come on. Like, let's be fucking for real here. If I don't know you, I'm not helping you, and I don't give a fuck either. But anyway, this isn't about me, this is about y'all. Because for some of y'all like to think helping people is another like form of validation. Like, you wanna be that guy. You wanna be the dude that chicks could call up when they got a flat tire for you to come through and change the tire. Even though she's been using you since like 2015. You want to be the dude who goes to help the very same people who then turn around and tell you that you're useless, i.e. some of your family. Dead ass though. But like, what I'm trying to say here is, gentlemen, you will never be the type of person who can really help someone, or just, you know, you'll never be the best version of yourself if you cannot help yourself. You gotta be selfish, man. You gotta be fucking selfish. In life, there are gonna be people that are gonna try and knock you off your square. You're gonna run into a litany of haters. You're gonna run into a bunch of fucking losers. People that are gonna try and fucking project their insecurities and limits onto you. And like, bro, all I can tell you is this, dog. Honestly, the more time you spend not talking to some of these people, the better off you'll be. And the more time you spend focused on yourself, the better off you'll be as well. Because, again, like, you know, there's some people in this world you just can't help. there's some people in this world, you can't save them. There is no saving these kind of people. You kind of just have to let them, you know, fall by the wayside, and it is what it is, you know. And in a grand scheme of things, why is Shorty staring at me? Damn. Nothing worse than when you have a camera in your hand and everyone just fucking staring at you like it's a fucking AR-15. And I don't know why my shit is going stupid fuzzy right now, so excuse me. But anyway, we're back in focus. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, man, there are just some people in life that you just can't help. And try as much as you want, you know, you want to be that guy, but, you know, 9 out of 10 times you end up getting taken advantage of. Your help is taken for granted. And then at the end of it all, you end up losing more of yourself than you'd gain helping someone else. So what is the point? Fam, be selfish. Because the last thing I would say is that in the grand scheme of things, most people inherently just are selfish by nature anyway. And it's not even like the good kind of selfish. Like, it's not like the, oh, let me take care of myself so I can take care of everyone else, or let me make sure I'm good so everyone else is good. Like, no, it's really more so of like the just take advantage of you kind of selfish. And I feel like once you realize that and understand that most people aren't worth helping, then what is the point? And also, I'd like to say, like, for the most part, most people don't even want to be helped in that fashion. Like, some people just want people to feel sorry for them. And that is definitely facts. Like, I had this one life coaching client that I would help. And, you know, we would spend time, like hours, just talking to each other once a week. But what I came to realize is that we would talk about the same shit every week. And every week, I would come up with new strategies, new ways to help him, new assignments for him to do. You know, like, I wasn't one of those life coaches where I was just, you know, sitting on the phone and berating you like the piece of shit dad that you have. No, I was genuinely sitting there trying to help people out. But it's like, yo, every week we're going through the same shit over and over again. And your unwillingness to do these assignments, your unwillingness to try, your unwillingness to, like, take a risk and be better to an extent is not only not helping you, it's actually fucking me up too. Because I'm wasting time. Like, was I getting paid for my services? Yes. But ultimately, I did not care about the money as much as I cared about wanting to help him. And that's where I got fucked up. Because over time, the price of my service did not value or equate the value of the work I was giving him. Once again, my apologies if this shit is going dark. I don't know why it is. It's, you know, it's just the camera, man. Cameras be doing random shit sometimes. But, you know, at that point, the shit did not equate to the work. So, all things considered, there's no fucking point in me even continuing this program. So needless to say, I stopped working with him. Now, did I take a money hit? Yes, I took a money hit. But I'll tell you what though, the peace of mind that I have, not knowing that I don't have this conversation, in my personal opinion, is way more valuable than the money I was getting. Was it good money? Yes. Yes, it was good money. It was good money. Sometimes I think about it still. But again, the peace of mind that I have is so much more valuable than someone paying me to literally just bitch about the same thing over and over again. Like, I'm gonna finish this video in a couple of minutes, but I want to end it. I'm gonna start here. I want to end it saying something that's gonna hurt some feelings, and quite frankly, by now you already know, I don't care. So here's what I gotta say. For some of you out there, when it comes to dating and relationships or just anything of that nature, some of you truthfully will never end up in a relationship. Not necessarily because of like genes or genetics or anything like that, but some of you are just so addicted to being hateful, apathetic pieces of shit. You literally have created this crisis and have made it your whole identity. You guys live for this kind of shit. This is why I don't make like red pill adjacent content as much anymore. Like, will I still talk about dating and relationships and shit? Yeah, sure. But for most of you just love being in this like hateful, like cesspool. You know, like so many of these fucking pages for men, just nothing but hate. Y'all are pathetic. You dudes are pathetic. Like, it's one thing to watch these videos and, you know, try to, I guess, assume or learn more about quote unquote female nature, because let's be real, most of the shit that people equate to female nature is just human beings being shitty people. And that's the reality of it. Like, we gotta cut the shit, man. Like, let's actually acknowledge it for what it is. It's human behavior and psychology, and most of y'all just aren't up on it like that. But anyway, some of you are so caught up in being like that helpless incel loser. It's not even worth making the content. Like, do you know how easy it is to make content where you're lambasting women all day and you'll get hundreds of thousands of views? Do you know how useless that kind of content is? Like, you gotta ask yourself, for someone who watches shit like that all day, ask yourself, what do you get out of it? Why are everybody talking so loud today? But no, seriously, what do you get out of watching that kind of content? Like, what does it do for you? Because how does it help you achieve the end goal, which is you wanting to be in a relationship, you wanting to be with someone, you wanting to be in an environment that is conducive and makes you feel good and it's reciprocated? But like, if you're gonna sit here and watch the kind of content that literally is not edifying, does not help you in any way whatsoever, and you're gonna sit here on fucking Al Gore's internet complaining about women, fam, there's no hope for you. There's no fucking hope for you. You're done. You're absolutely fried. So in closing, I've been rattling off for a minute now, but I say all this to say, gentlemen, help yourself first. Like, if you're gonna be the kind of person who's able to, you know, be the go-to guy for people, you want to be that kind of dude that people can rely on, things of that nature. Sorry if the camera's all buggy. Then, you know, learn to help yourself and really get yourself in a position where you can help people more efficiently. And also, when it comes to like content like this, like, yo, it's one thing if you want to watch a video to learn more about quote unquote female nature, right? But at the same time though, it's like, bro, how much of this hateful shit are you gonna watch? And how much of the advice that you watch are you not gonna take? Because you're not taking any of the advice. Like, I would assume watching this kind of stuff would make you better with women. How is it making you worse? Think about it. Think about it. Come on. Anyway, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Sorry if that was just one long stream of consciousness. I just came back from the gym. But anyway, got a bunch of shit to do today, so I'll see you on the next video. Peace.